How are you?
How can you say a complaint was closed that was never filed?
How are you so rough there being with me?
Imagine walking into a police station to file a complaint, only to leave in handcuffs after an officer curses at you and accuses you of disrupting operations. That's exactly what happened here. A disabled man engaged in a heated confrontation with police officers at a local station, asserting his rights and protesting perceived mistreatment. He insists on speaking directly with the captain or chief, refusing to leave the station until his grievances are addressed. The man repeatedly asserts his First Amendment right to protest. However, the officer refuses to provide him with sufficient details, informing him that his complaints have already been closed and directing him to pursue alternative legal remedies. He accuses the officers of failing to address his concerns and emphasizes that as a public lobby, he has a right to remain there unless he breaks a law. This is where things go wild. The officer ultimately arrests him, escalating the situation further. Watch how this disabled man handles the confrontation and share your opinion in the comments.
Start again from the part where you're no longer accepting complaints from my husband.
So, and I would be very clear on this, so there is no confusion. Every time we have...
Wait, I need you to say we are no...
Okay. To that point, so I'm going to say it very articulately, so there's no confusion. Every time we deal with your husband, that is a targeted attempt, in our estimation, for him to complain about our officers. Every time we have an interaction with him, what follows is another complaint. We have adjudicated complaint after complaint after complaint. We are not going to continue to entertain this behavior. We are not going to continue to use our manpower and our resources to focus on one person who is trying to interact with the police to make complaints. We're not going to.
You understand, though, if your police were conducting themselves professionally, if they were not calling my husband an asshole, if they were not lying to both of us, we wouldn't be in this situation.
So there are other avenues for him, as I already explained earlier. He can go to the Attorney General's office if he believes we're not handling these complaints seriously, if we're not investigating them fully. He can file a lawsuit. Those are avenues to him that are legal avenues. Once we're at the point where I say you have no legal purpose in this building any longer and you are interfering with their operations and you need to leave, at that point, he had to leave.
But from your own admission, unfortunately, before I started recording, and that's why I'm doing this now, when you first came out here, you said that the complaint had already been filed and closed. Now, since I have articulated to you that that was not the reason we were here, not the original complaint, but it was in regards to Lieutenant Slavaticki saying that he could have hands put on him in one room, but not in the other, that made it some sort of difference. I understand that doesn't change what you're saying, but you understand why we were here for a different reason than what you originally thought. Because you came out saying the complaint was filed and closed. But we hadn't even filed it yet.
We're not just going to continue to do, okay, that complaint's closed, I'm doing a new complaint. Well,